one of the biggest things that was holding me back for a long time in terms of preventing me from even having the courage to go out there and promote my business or to go out there and quote unquote sell something was this belief that sales was evil, right? This belief that wasn't necessarily conscious and wasn't necessarily at the front of my brain, but it was something that would build resistance within myself when I would go to talk to someone about my offer or hop on a quote unquote sales call to present something to someone that I had for them if they were willing to actually pay me for that service or for that specific product. And I know that a lot of people can relate, right? Just in the years that I've been in business and in the years of coaching that I've done, etc., I've noticed that it is actually quite a common theme. So I wanted to make this video and aim to break that paradigm for a lot of people because it can be one of the most daunting things to overcome, especially when you have these goals, you have these ambitions, you have these things that you want to do, and it just feels mucky. It feels like but I don't really want to promote a business because sales has this negative connotation, or posting stuff about your business has this negative connotation sometimes in certain groups of society or whatever it is. Look, here's what I want you to understand, right? Sales is the opposite of evil, right? I was actually listening to a podcast years ago, right? Years and years. It was, well, I say years and years as if it's like hundreds of years, but I mean, it was probably around about 5 years ago or so, 4 or 3 years. And the lady in the podcast really spoke about, her name was Lauren Tickner. I actually remember the podcast like vividly. She spoke about how if you had, for example, the cure to cancer, as an example, would you feel bad about promoting that? Would you feel bad about selling that to these massive corporations or whatever it is, for them to go ahead and get that treatment publicized? Surely you wouldn't, because you know the value. You know the fact that your service, your offer will literally save lives. So the problem isn't that we think sales is evil. The problem actually is that we don't have enough confidence in what it is that we're selling. That we don't have enough confidence that our offer, is genuinely going to help that person. And that's the key. Look, what we really want to be able to do, look, before focusing on all these sales techniques and business systems and all of these different types of things, like, here's what I want you to do today. If you're feeling the same way, if you're feeling hesitant to hop on the phone with someone because you're so shy about your business, take some time to really either study your craft, right? Develop your craft. And by the way, don't use this as a procrastination mechanism either, to just say, oh no, I'm actually just gonna study my craft and for a few years until I even start to build my business. No, that's not what I'm saying. But even take some time, because a lot of the times you do have something that is valuable. It's just that you haven't recognized it yet. You haven't made that link to realize that this is so valuable that I would be doing myself a disservice to even not share this with the world, right? In fact, I was on a sales call myself a few days ago, of someone selling me something actually, right? And this is actually what they said to me, and it's something that like I've thought before in my own, I guess, just going about things in business, etc. And I thought, like, this is a key shift that has helped me change my perspective of understanding that this. So, for example, this is what he said to me, right? He's like, look, it would be unethical for me not to actually sell you this service, right? It was a high ticket service, whatever it was, right? To not actually sell you this service for your business, because I know for a fact that it would help you. That's the kind of conviction that you want to have as well. I heard him say that. I was like, you know what? Say no more. Say no more than that. Boom. Let's go. Did you get it? So that's the kind of perspective that you want to be able to have. And in order to do this, going back to what I was saying, take some time to reflect. It's not even necessarily about studying your craft. That can help as well. But also that can create a whole other problem, which is, that's a whole conversation for another day, probably a conversation for a personal development video. In fact, I think I've got videos on my channel already about the whole concept of perfectionism, so go ahead and check that. If not, I can make another one in the future. But the other thing that you can do is just take some time to reflect and think and really just take that time and say, okay, let me take these few hours or this hour or so to really think about the value that my business is actually adding, to really think about the value that my product is actually adding to the marketplace, right? Maybe for example, you sell clothing. Just as an example, right? You sell clothing. You might think, oh, it's not life changing. How can I go ahead and sell this? Someone can go ahead and buy from Nike instead. Okay, maybe they could. But there's a specific reason that you created your clothing line. Maybe it's the messaging that you have on your t-shirts. Maybe it's the fit. You just know the fit makes you feel so good, right? Listen, the clothes that we wear have a massive impact on the way that we feel. So how dare you not value your own service that's helping people feel better about themselves? How dare you not value that enough to go ahead and scream about that in the marketplace, to go ahead and feel confident to tell other people about your clothing line? That's just one example, and it's a very simple example. You might be selling something else. You might have, I don't know, you might be selling, a good friend of mine, she sells essential oils, for example, right? She has an essential oils business, right? Let's say, for example, you are selling that. Look, you can recognize that this is something that can really help you, right? If you don't know about the values of essential oils, in fact, I will go ahead. Oh, she hasn't actually launched her business yet. Otherwise, I would have linked her website in the description, but maybe on a future date. But anyways, if you need essential oils, hit me up. I'll send you the link to her website for when it's launched. But just understand, right, that the point I'm making is that, for example, in essential oils business, there's a lot of value in that. It helps people with their health. It helps calm people down if they use it with a humidifier, or there's so many different uses of essential oils, right? So just understanding whatever your product is, whatever your service is, if you're an accountant, there's so much value of you having that accountant business, because you're going to save these business owners a lot of time on their taxes, etc. In fact, if you're an accountant, hit me up because I actually need to get around to that type of stuff real soon. So hit me up. You know what I'm saying? There's value. So look, the moral of the story is, stop thinking that your service is evil. Recognize the value in your service, right? And take that time to think about it. Take that time to reflect. Take that time to just look at other testimonials in the market, even if they're from other businesses who are doing a similar thing to you, other products who are similar to yours, right? Just look at the testimonials in the market and see how much it can really help people. Or look at the complaints that people have about other products that your product is actually filling that gap for, and recognize, okay, wow, all of these other products, like they're really messing up people's lives. I need to get my products out there. Like, people really need this, and I deserve to actually charge people for it because I'm bringing them a value. That's the whole concept. Sales is simply an exchange of value. Stop seeing it as like you're not trying to get one up on the other person or anything like that, right? When I was on the call, as I said, the sales call that I was on the other day, the gentleman I was speaking to, he wasn't trying to get one up on me. He was offering me a service that he has, which he knows is valuable, for money that I have, which I know is valuable to him, right? We meet halfway. Cool. Yep. You got something that's valuable to me. I got something that's valuable to you. Let's go ahead and make that exchange. That's simply all you're doing. So think about it like that. And yeah, that should really serve you and help you stop, I guess, feeling bad about going out and promoting your business, or even procrastinating doing it simply because of that exact thought process. So hopefully that helps. That's the end of this video. If you did find value, do go ahead and drop a like, but most importantly, drop a comment. That's what I'm more interested to see. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. Is this something that even you found interesting? Is it something that was actually helpful or not? Likes are cool, but they don't really give me that much feedback. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Again, likes are more than welcome. If you didn't like the video, also drop a dislike as well. Honestly, drop a dislike. Let me know that feedback. That's what the like and dislike section is there for. So if you didn't like it, drop a dislike. Let me know why. If you have some time, that would be much appreciated. But nonetheless, I'm gonna keep coming, dropping some sauce for you guys. So stay tuned for that one. Feel free to connect on Instagram down below. But other than that, man, you guys have an amazing day, and hopefully this really actually does genuinely help you, and we shall touch base soon. Peace out.